Strange encounters, mysterious apparitions, the unknown. These have intrigued the human race as far back as anyone can remember. It exists in almost every nation, culture, and certainly cannot be separated from Asian folklores. Do you believe in the paranormal? I am Wraith. Welcome to my podcast. Hungry Ghost Month. The Chinese will be celebrating the Hungry Ghost Festival very soon. Let us explore the Hungry Ghost Festival. Traditionally, Hungry Ghost Festival falls on the 15th day of the 7th month of the lunar calendar. During this period, many Chinese worship their ancestors and make offerings to wandering souls that roam the earth. There is a slight difference in ideology of the way Taoist and Buddhist followers observe Hungry Ghost Festival. Taoists focus on appeasing the wandering souls released from the netherworld, while the emphasis of the Buddhists is filial piety. Throughout the 7th lunar month, many Chinese observe the festival by making offerings of food, joss sticks, candles, paper money, and other paper effigies such as houses, clothes, bank card, and cars to the dead. Care is taken to avoid the attention of wandering souls. These include refraining from going out after dark to avoid running into evil spirits, or swimming to prevent getting dragged away by water ghosts. Generally, one should avoid stepping on or kicking offerings placed for the souls along roadsides and peeking under the table of an altar, as these may make the hungry ghosts angry. Believers should also refrain from wearing red because spirits are drawn to the color. Drugs and alcohol are to be avoided too, as some people believe that it is easier for ghosts to possess those who are intoxicated. People should also keep away from walls, as ghosts like to stick to them. Refrain from cutting hair, shaving, and hanging clothes outside of the house during the night. Furthermore, activities such as buying new vehicles, getting married, and moving house are discouraged during this period. Let us listen to a story taken from My Star in Malaysia. Title of the story is The Faceless Ghost. "11 years ago, accountant Matthew Chen, not his real name, went on a tour with his girlfriend, now wife, to Vietnam. They had booked a room in a budget hotel in Ho Chi Minh City. Nothing creepy happened when they checked in. They stayed the night before traveling to Hanoi for a few days. On the return trip, they had a misfortune of staying in a haunted room. According to Chen, the room looked ordinary. There were 2 beds. Next to the door, there was a small round coffee table with 2 chairs. Facing the main door was the toilet, the windows where you could see the neon signs outside, said Chen. Usually, Chen would leave the toilet light on at night, but this time he did not, as the room was bright enough with the neon lights outside. That night, he slept on the bed further away from the main door and closer to the windows, while his girlfriend occupied the other bed. I placed my spectacles on the bedside table and went to sleep. Later that night, I felt something pulling at me. I struggled hard to wake up, but I could not open my eyes or move, he recounted. I felt a ghost pressing down on me. I began to scold, curse, swear, and invoke the names of God and Buddha. Finally, I managed to wake up, he said. I felt cold and my hairs were standing on ends. My sixth sense felt a presence in the room. Chen could just make out something seated on the chair closest to the main door. It was a woman in a light green Vietnamese traditional dress. She had long black hair and sat facing my direction. Without my spectacles, I was unsure if she was looking at me or out the window. The woman had no face. Chen kept staring at her while using his right hand to search for his spectacles. When I couldn't find it, I turned around to look for it. When I put my spectacles on and turned to look at the chair, the woman had vanished. Somewhat dazed, he wondered if it was just a dream. He said, I thought of waking my girlfriend up, but she was asleep. Chen then got up and switched on the toilet light and the television. Then my girlfriend woke up and told me she had had a nightmare. Fortunately, it was their last night in the city before the tour group flew out the next morning. At the airport, he told the tour guide his room was haunted. Another traveler in the group concurred, as she had stayed in the same room first day the group was in Vietnam, but had not dared to bring it up. I admonished her for not telling the tour guide so that none of us in the group would get that room on the return journey, he said. Well, the creepy encounter did not just end there. The following day, Chen had a fever which lasted a few days. After he recovered, his uncle brought him to see a medium. He was advised to do a cleansing ritual. He said, the medium gave me some yellow papers to burn at home. I had to walk all around the smoke, then go to the nearest crossroads near my house to burn another pile of yellow papers and walk encircling the smoke. His uncle also bought him a Tibetan bead for him for protection. Brings it along with him whenever he travels from then on. What do you think? The Hungry Ghost Festival is on the horizon. Have you ever encountered any strange experience during the Hungry Ghost Month?